probably have to look at platforms in three aspects, in three dimensions. First of all, it's a platform when we talk about the backend. On the backend, we typically have an SAP environment, we have ABAP backend, we have Java backends. Now with HANA, we have XS engine and the River language underneath it there. So that is kind of application platforms, and they can be deployed, which is the second dimension, on-premise in the customer landscape, being on the cloud or being in a local cloud. So that is the next dimension we have. And then we have the last dimension is for the end user, kind of what is the platform he is using, being it the device, being it a mobile, smartphone, being it a tablet, being it a desktop PC, and then also looking at the operating system and the browser on top of that. So just by multiplying all of this, we come to too many options there, and supporting all that definitely is a challenge. So therefore, finding something which kind of makes it easier, which goes across all these platforms, definitely has key advantages. On security, what varies from country to country, for example, is where the data is located there. So when we talk about cloud applications there, therefore, if you're within Europe and you're running something there, also the server needs to be hosted within Europe. While if you have a multinational company, that might be tricky. So you have people from the US going in there. So you have to think about distributing the data in the right way, being also legally compliant, and then having the right access point there. So one thing is this kind of decoupled backend there. And if you want to go really kind of full sketch security, then you probably have to put it into some kind of container, hybrid container, being it a capsule, being what we heard from Sencha, the space there. So there are a couple of options out there, PhoneGap or other things, but having something, not the public browsers out there because they're too easy to unlock and to do that, but some control that you can also delete the data if it is stolen, and that part there. So that if you want to go full-fledged, there's probably no way around that today there. And then the next thing is, what is your access, your first access point, where is it cited? What about authorization, authentication? That are two parts there. Of course, you want some single sign-on mechanism because you do not want to enter your password or your key all the time there. So that are all some key elements there. And then the question is, can you distribute it underneath it, or is the application itself the kind of assembly point for meshing that one up there? So typically what we believe makes more sense to have an assembly point somewhere as a hub there, and from there kind of go in a controlled environment there through the various systems and data sources, and each one having their own security mechanisms apply.